All right. I believe we are live. We are live. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I am your host, Carlito Santiago. What do you think about this new setup? Interesting, right? I'm not over here anymore. I'm more like out. I'm showing the vibrance of my room. More colorful, more elaborate. It's more closer to the TV too. But today we're here to talk about what went down on the Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble. But before we jump into it, if you guys could do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, drop a like, comment down below, and turn on those post notifications, I would very much appreciate it. So, off the heels of the historic Royal Rumble that saw Roman Reigns and Liv Morgan cash their ticket for WrestleMania 42 by the way of their victories, WWE Raw hit the Netflix airwaves from Philadelphia with all of the fallout from the year's first premium live event. So, before, right when Raw started, Braun Breaker just took over. 2 days after being attacked and eliminated in the Royal Rumble match, an irate Braun Breaker stalked the ringside area and threatened everyone in his path, leading to the Vision attempting to calm him down. Amidst demands issued to the Raw general manager Adam Pearce, Paul Heyman blamed Pearce, too, which caused Breaker to call out the general manager again. Adam Pearce appeared with security blocking the eye away, told Breaker that he would allow him to keep his job despite a piss-poor performance in the Royal Rumble. This didn't sit well with Breaker. He jumped right out of the ring, slipped a bit, almost speared all of them security guards like a fucking bowling ball to knock over all these damn pins. Well, as that was a distraction, LA Knight, came in and sneak attacked Logan Paul and Austin Theory with a steel chair. It dismayed Breaker asked Heyman, "What are we doing?" in disbelief as the segment closed. So, it's a C+. I mean, quick, straight to the point. I like it. Honestly, I don't like the grade, though. The C+, at least a B-. It didn't really set up anything. The story between Heyman and Adam Pearce and Braun Breaker, it really sets up some questions. Seth Rollins could be coming back. The person under that mask could be Seth Rollins getting his revenge on the Vision. Now, getting hhis revenge on Braun Breaker. This could be great for WrestleMania. If all is good and Seth Rollins is healthy, this would be great. So, I'm going to give this a B+. I'm going to give this a B-. Change the grade to a B-, simply because I just like the way that they're going about it with Pierce. And having LA Knight be kind of one of the staples in the path of the Vision, right? One of those little speed bumps in the road of the Vision's plans. It fits perfectly with what they're kind of trying to accomplish. With LA Knight coming back in the Royal Rumble, remember, he eliminated most of the members of the Vision. So we know we were continuing with that. It kind of sucks because LA Knight did the same thing with the Bloodline. Like he after the whole Bloodline shit was over with, really, LA Knight was just the thorn in this stem of bullshit. Now he's the speed bump in this whole road of the Vision, right? So now we can get on with our show. Javon Evans took on El Grande Americano. Nursing shoulder and rib injuries following an Iron Man performance in Saturday's Royal Rumble, Javon Evans squared off with El Grande Americano in a rematch of their previous matchup, which ended with Evans suffering an injury. Americano targeted the obvious injury, slamming his opponent into the ring post, entering the break. We came back, and the resilient young one fought through the pain and back into the match, delivering a coast-to-coast senton kick to the head for 2. Now, Bravo and Rayo attempted to interfere, but the original El Grande Americano interrupted the match and provided a distraction that allowed Evans to deliver the OG cutter for the win. Again, a good performance on both of them, but with the distractions and with the bullshit, because that's what it is, bullshit, it does damper its grading. I think this is an average C+, but let's be honest, their performance a week ago or a couple weeks ago maybe, was better. Having Chad Gable come back doesn't help, especially with the response to the El Grande Americanos. This could be... I don't know how to feel about this, simply because if this is leading to the El Grande Americanos fighting each other for a mask versus mask match, we obviously know who the hell it is under those masks. It's at this point, when it comes to Luchador, I want to know who's under the mask of Dragon Lee, Penta, Rey Fenix, what they look like, because those are kind of the ones that really matter. We already know who's doing this. I think WWE at this point is starting to make fun of the luchador aspect of wrestling, having two guys who are well-talented performers in their own rights, Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable, square off under luchador gimmicks. I don't know how to feel about that. I just think it's, you know, it's a way for WWE to keep the luchadors with their masks, and people already know who the hell these guys are. So having a mask versus mask match would be just fucking atrocious. But I digress, because we got two things that I did not like on the show. One of which, honestly, might as well say this show is boring as fuck. It's very underwhelming, and you're coming off of a Royal Rumble, and you didn't even decide to jump into the next, like, okay, let's get a quick start on how we're going to do the Elimination Chamber. Like, I've already got, like, look at this. I already got the Elimination Chamber qualifying set ready to go. Like, give us some qualifying matches, WWE. God damn it. But no, instead, we got to focus on what's important. Gunther. AJ Styles' theme song played, and Gunther entered the arena mocking the man he retired Saturday night in Riyadh, with the fans raining down boos, the chorus of boos, drowning out his initial attempts at a promo. The ring general basked in the disdain of the WWE Universe. When he did finally get to speak, Dragon Lee rushed to the ring and took the fight to the former world champion. A well-timed cheap shot, actually, turned the tides in the heel's favor. Allowed him to put the sleeper on Dragon Lee and put him to sleep not only once, but twice. This is great. Coming off of the heat with Gunther, this was perfect. Now we have Dragon Lee. We give Gunther something to do in the meantime before we decide what we want to do for WrestleMania. Now, do we want to have him at WrestleMania end the career of Brock Lesnar? Do we want him to end the career of Chris Jericho? Where are we really going with this, career-ending, career-killer Gunther? Because this is the same thing that Randy Orton did back in the day as the Legend Killer. It's the whole same gimmick. It's the whole same fucking, 9-yard run that Randy Orton has been stuck to, putting legends down, killing legends. But now this time we're killing legends' careers. We're killing the careers. We killed off Goldberg. We got rid of John Cena. We got rid of AJ Styles. Now, who's next? Honestly, Randy Orton could be a good, opponent for him. But this is a B. We'll let it slide. But this next one, oh no. What was supposed to be a tag team match saw the debut of Obafemi. Now, Obafemi is still on. I'm sorry if I'm too close or I'm loud. Obafemi is still a free agent as of right now. So he has a choice of going to Raw or to SmackDown. That's perfect. While Ivar and Eric were waiting for their tag team opponents, the former NXT champion Obafemi made his debut, made his way into the ring, and the ruler, of course, obliterated the former World Tag Team Champions, leaving them lying and standing tall, a message sent loud and clearly. And if that's how he's going to do things on Raw, I'm all for it. But if he's going to jump ship, personally, I think he should join SmackDown. And if so, if Obafemi, I feel like Obafemi as a single superstar would work. It brings a new challenge to the mid-card division on SmackDown. It also brings new faces, fresh opponents, make him look like a monster, build him up as a monster, right? He can have great matches with the likes of Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, right? Aleister Black, Sami Zayn. So SmackDown is where I think he's going to end up, but let me know in the comments down below where you think Obafemi should be. Should he be on Raw or should he be on SmackDown? Obafemi, I believe in his time here. Right now, WWE should give him a solo run for 1 year. Single run in the mid-card. Eventually, I want to see what he can do in the tag team. I honestly can see him tag teaming with Apollo Crews if he comes back. I think he is back. He's on main event. I think they're trying to run Cruz's contract off so they can get rid of him. But I digress. Graded an A. And honestly, did not expect this. It's something that it's hard because it's something that I can't really hate on, but at the same time I do because this is a back-to-back thing. We had Gunther come out and do a promo and get into a scuffle, and then we had what's supposed to be a tag team match, and we got a squash and a strong performance debut of this, and then we jump to another promo. So this right here, it's not particularly something that I enjoy because you had a promo and a scuffle. You had what was supposed to be a tag team match being a monstrous attack to then another promo that was lackluster. So let's talk about that. One of the legitimate surprises in Saturday's Royal Rumble was Brie Bella joined her sister and formed the Bella Twins once again. The reunion. The Hall of Famers staked their claim for the Women's Tag Team Championships, which of course I have made that very clear in this, that they can fight Ripley and Sky. Either it's going to be at Elimination Chamber or it's going to be at WrestleMania in Vegas. I think it should be at WrestleMania in Vegas. But it did nothing. Like, I would have expected Ripley and Io to come out. You know, I know they were in the Royal Rumble, but I expect them to come out and actually, like, lay it down. Be like, you guys want some? Bring it. We accept any challengers. And for Michael Cole to hype up the women's division as if it's, or in Corey Graves to hype it up as if it's fucking some big division. It's not really a big division. Like, let me list off some tag teams here. Hold on. You have Ripley and Sky, right? Io, Sky, and Rhea Ripley. That's one. Now you got the Bella Twins. That's two. You got the Kabuki Warriors. That's three. Lash Legend and Nia Jax. That's four. Kiana James and Julia, even though Julia's holding the Women's United States Championship. Actually, no, she's not. Isn't that Chelsea Green? Chelsea Green won it back, didn't she? Yeah, no. Okay, anyway. Julia and Julia and Kiana James, right? So we got five. And if I'm missing any more, let me know. Because this division, like, they're just filling this division with crap. So we move on to show you Penta and Bronson Reed. Now, at the top of the hour, remember, when they started Raw, Braun Breaker was escorted out of the building, and LA Knight was kicked out of the building by Adam Pearce. So Penta had to go face Bronson Reed. Dragon Lee Rey Mysterio indisposed due to injury. Penta went in alone as he battled Bronson Reed, who was accompanied to the squared circle by Paul Heyman, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. Reed dominated the luchador, working him over with his size and strength advantage. He wore out the masked fan favorite until Penta seized an opening and teed off on his opponent. His offense was short-lived, though, because Reed cut him off with his dominance. Reed delivered the Jagged Edge and then followed with the Tsunami. But there was no referee to count for the pin after being knocked out by an incidental contact with the heel. The big man grabbed hold of his chair, but LA Knight appeared and delivered the BTF, escaping through the crowd. Now, the referee got back up and started counting to 10. Penta won by a fucking countout, guys. This is where I shut it off by this point. I was like, there's going to be some LA Knight. I already knew LA Knight was going to come through the crowd and do some shenanigans shit. But yeah, this is just LA Knight is now the speed bump in the road, or the rocky road for this vision. And right now, it'll last for a little bit, but then what are you going to do with LA Knight? I think he needs to go heel. I think LA Knight needs to become a heel. And right now, it's more of just LA Knight fucking being stuck with this shit. Getting revenge on the Vision for taking him out. So yeah, the grade stays, for all the grades leading up to all of this, they're all going to stay the same. Gunther, B, A, D, and C+. Now we get to this. And I'm really going to question this. So Dominic Mysterio returns after suffering an injury in December, introduced the winner of the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan. Morgan admitted that she is not sure who she will face at WrestleMania 42, but she is going to go to SmackDown on Friday night to scope out her options. Well, you have Jade Cargill, right? Unless you're going to have Jade Cargill and Jordynne Grace at Elimination Chamber, that's fine. From there, she claimed WWE would be crowning a new Women's World Champion tonight and introduced Raquel Rodriguez. Big Sexy called out Morgan for eliminating her in the Rumble and told her to stay in the back for her match tonight so that there is no questions about who the real Women's Champion is. And, you know, Morgan tried to explain, like, let's look at it this way. I now have that chance to win the Women's World Championship, and you now have a chance to become the Women's World Champion, right? So you are, like, it was such a bullshit excuse because it was seen from a mile away. I've seen it. I already see it happen. Why the fuck did we put Raquel in this Royal Rumble knowing that she has a title opportunity on Raw? Tonight, this Raw, she had a title fucking opportunity and she was still in the Royal Rumble. It's like, why the fuck was she in the Rumble? Just like how Gunther already won. Why does he need to be in the Rumble? He's already a... Whatever. And no, I'm not grading this an A because they could not give a good excuse. So, B minus. B minus. Took a dump. B minus. Wasn't that bad. You had Dominic Mysterio as a surprise. Liv Morgan scoping out her options. Perfect. That's all it needed to be. Now you're going to have Raquel explain her... You're going to have Liv Morgan explain why she eliminated fucking this. And then now... No. Fuck no. We're not doing that shit. B minus. We got to our Philadelphia street fight for the Women's World Championship. Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez, which was fun, entertaining, and the grade's going to stay the same. I watched it through. Okay. They went through tables. Actually, sorry, let me correct that. Rodriguez put Stephanie Vaquer through a table with a powerbomb. Stephanie Vaquer countered a powerbomb from the top rope and Raquel cracked the table. She didn't go through it. Roxanne also interfered and found herself tumbling through a table at ringside. So everybody's going through tables here. Tables, no, steel chairs, kendo sticks. Anyway, Vaquer was able to hit her corkscrew splash, and La Primera would score the victory and retain. Not only that, but 1,000% thumbs down on that new theme. It really... It affected her aura in the complete opposite of what you want to do. Like, why change her theme song? Oh, we're back to Death Rebel now. Death Rebel, fuck this up. No, I like the aesthetics because I think that's what they really wanted. They wanted the aesthetics. If you look at her, like, entrance, it's all dark and then it becomes red. The horns start to, like, you know, come in and then roll, right? Like the devil. So, again, her theme song is not my favorite, and it's a complete thumbs down. Go back to the original theme song, WWE. Don't stop fucking with people's themes. Don't even dare fuck, like, they make, like, Death Rebel makes here and there good themes, you know what I mean? Like, Kit Wilson's theme, you know, I'm kind of a fan of. I'm a fan of Kit Wilson. But now we get to what's really important. Roman Reigns coming out, winning the Royal Rumble, and now we get to know who he faces. Roman Reigns hit the ring to address the WWE Universe and his Royal Rumble win. He recalled that he won his first WWE Championship in the city and lost his last one in the same place. Now, it's interesting because Roman Reigns won the last time Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble, it was in Philly. If you guys remember 2015, it was in Philadelphia. He won the Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns did win his first championship in the Brotherly Love, or his first WWE Championship in the Brotherly Love city. And he lost the last one. He lost his last one in the same place. So when he won his first Rumble there, the fans did not sound nearly as complimentary to him as they did on this night. Now, because everyone booed and they pushed Roman Reigns too fucking much. But from there, he turned his attention to WrestleMania and the champion he should challenge at the event, with CM Punk being the crowd's choice. The world champion joined Reigns in the ring, entering a big pop. Punk immediately addressed Finn Balor's earlier words via taped promo. Reigns took exception, and the world champion claimed the tribal chief was visiting. The two megastars took shots at each other with increasingly personal edge. Punk reminded Reigns that he once ruled over WWE as champion for 434 days. Let's not remind that. With his former wise man, Paul Heyman. He said, just because you did it longer doesn't mean you did it better. Roman Reigns fired up, claimed he let Punk back in WWE when Triple H came to him 2 years ago, and still holds on to the anger and frustration he felt when the world champ made his life a living hell a decade earlier. During a podcast appearance, his ego bruised, he chose Punk as his WrestleMania 42 opponent because he hates him, and then stomped off to close out the show and the segment. And this is how you build, and we knew this was going to be the case because WWE knew that CM Punk and Roman Reigns would eat it up. And last year, they did not win. Punk and Roman Reigns took an L to Seth Rollins. So now it's time to really get this personal heated feud between Roman Reigns and Punk. And that's going to be a tough prediction to make. That's going to be tough. Punk is older than Reigns by far, and Punk has done it more. Punk's got a lot of wisdom and knowledge, and so does Reigns now too, with his character. Roman Reigns is doing it on his own. So I don't know what we're in for, but I do know what we're getting. And what we're getting is a blood feud. We're getting a Roman Reigns Punk match at WrestleMania 42. Most likely it's going to be on night 1. And again, this is why I don't like it. I want WWE to put more on the Women's Royal Rumble. Like, the Women's Royal Rumble means shit compared to the men's. Like, oh, you win the Royal Rumble, you main event WrestleMania. No, Liv Morgan doesn't get the main event WrestleMania. None of the women actually get the main event WrestleMania. The last time we had a main event women's WrestleMania, it was I think it was Bianca Belair, and it was either Charlotte and Ronda Rousey, or it was Bianca. No, actually, never mind. It was Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, or Mercedes Moné. Yeah, that was that. And they're not going to do it again. I don't know why. But WWE should make the main event at WrestleMania Night 2 be the Royal Rumble winner, the men's Royal Rumble winner, and Night 1 be the women's. So we should open up with the WWE Championship match, the World Heavyweight Championship match, and then we open up the show on Night 2 with the women's, whatever the Royal Rumble winner chooses, that should main event. Night 1. And then whoever won the Royal Rumble of Night 2, whoever wins the Royal Rumble of the men's should be Night 2. That way you keep a consistency. And WWE doesn't want to do that because the men's performs more in the main event. But you're not giving these women a chance to shine. Like, their Royal Rumble win really means nothing because they're not main eventing. They don't have the same significance that the men's does. And it kind of pisses me off. But again, graded an A+, and it's sticking. So what was the overall grade? What was a very underwhelming show through its first 90 or so minutes, grew better over time with the arrival of the women's title match and the main event segment. Roman and Punk immediately created interest and intrigue for the biggest match of the year, the real main event of WrestleMania 42, with their back and forth promo while Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez tore it up in what could have been the match of the night. Still some things to get over. We are still looking to head into Elimination Chamber, so they need to progress with the Elimination Chamber qualifying matches. They got 2 matches set for next week. The Alpha Academy, all members of them, the Usos will be defending the tag team titles against the Alpha Academy's Otis and Akira Tozawa, and Natty will be going one-on-one with Maxine Dupree. So there is a lot of that there. We don't know what's for next week, but Adam Pearce needs to start kind of writing down some qualifying matches. And most likely he's going to have them set for the Vision to be in all of them. So we're going to have like Logan Paul versus this, Austin Theory versus this, Bronson Reed versus this, and it's going to be Braun Breaker's going to be left out of it. Most likely Penta, LA Knight, and Dragon Lee will all be part of that because they're all been feuding with the Vision as of late. So look for those to probably be qualifying matches for the, Elimination Chamber. Look for other big names on SmackDown because remember, we're going to have 3 from SmackDown as well. So Nick Aldis better be the start to this. SmackDown better start this Elimination Chamber, start to it. I think that's what needed to happen. That's what needed to happen on Raw. Address what you needed from the Royal Rumble. Perfect. Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns did their job. But we needed some qualifying matches. We didn't need all of this extra drama bullshit. Like, we didn't need the Bella Twins coming out. And we could have done a backstage segment with them while they're here. Gunther cutting a promo. That's interesting to me. Dragon Lee defending his honor. And then Obafemi destroying the Viking Raiders. Like, what the fuck was that about? Anyway, I think what it's for is that the closing segment alone was enough for the thumbs up, and we'll give it to it. Graded a B. Well, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a stream. I will be back on Saturday to do the SmackDown summary, and I will be going to my doctor's tomorrow to find out what's going on with my fingers. And hopefully I can get back to work. But until then, I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.